Gypsy Rose is allegedly going back to prison for—
New information is being released right now exposing Gypsy Rose, and it looks like the only thing she may have been a victim of is having a crazy con artist for a mother, but not a mother with Munchausen.
The reaction that I'm seeing to Gypsy Rose right now is proving to me that the only good victim is a dead victim.
Gypsy Rose's post-incarceration life was supposed to be a fresh start for her, and it seemed like it was for a short time with all the love she was receiving and all that. But thanks to a lot of shocking and horrifying truths and allegations coming out now, she might be dragged back behind bars very soon, because shockingly, there is new evidence that proves that she was much more involved in her mother's deleting than Nicholas Gojon. And I'm not talking about the planning, buying the knife, transporting him and all that, because we know she fully did that. I am talking about the stabbing.
I can't believe Gypsy Rose. She killed her mom. She killed her mom.
This tea is so shockingly hot, so come closer because you don't want to miss it. And also, remember to subscribe on my channel. Now, before we get into it, Gypsy has lately been flaunting her pregnancy, getting close to the Kardashians all over on TikTok lives, changing men, and now faking the miscarriage. Yeah, a lot of sources are saying that she's faking a miscarriage and that there is also a possibility that she faked the pregnancy as well.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard made a huge mistake telling the world that she is pregnant.
I'm happy to announce that I am 11 weeks pregnant. Ken and I are expecting our very first child come January of 2025.
And according to a lot of insiders, she's doing all that as a distraction to stay in the news and overshadow what's going on behind the scenes. Which is that right now, Gypsy Rose is hanging on by the thread and only a few steps away to find herself into a prison cell once again. Part of the entire problem is stemming from the fact that she violated her parole several times, where the reports say that recently Gypsy Rose Blanchard was reported to her parole officer for allegedly violating the terms of her parole. The specific nature of the violation involves her purportedly contacting inmates through another person's account. This allegation, if proven true, could have severe repercussions, including the possibility of being back to prison. The details of this incident came to light through a YouTube live stream that has since gone viral. One of Gypsy's close friends, identified as Bree, was reportedly on a phone call with Gypsy discussing the situation, unknown to Bree. The conversation was being live streamed, and her advice to Gypsy to lie to her parole officer has sparked outrage and concern. On top of that, we have seen Gypsy Rose herself prove this in a text message she sent someone, where she said that, "Let Millie know I can't take prison calls anymore. I got a citation by my parole officer. It's a warning. Next one, they will send me back." Now, you must be wondering why Gypsy would be fighting so hard to talk to the inmates that she left in jail. So bad that she would be even willing to use third parties, because technically, she's not allowed to talk to former inmates or anyone in jail for that matter. Now, the real reason behind her begging for communication is because Nicholas Gojon is very, very close to exposing her, exposing that the two of them were physically and practically involved in the real process of ending her mother. Now, if you have watched the documentaries or movies like I did, it is all portrayed that when Nicholas Gojon did the deed, Gypsy had not only locked herself in the bathroom, but also put her hands over her ears to hear the screams of her mother. But it is now being alleged that that was nothing but a lie, that she was indeed practically involved in the deed. And I don't want to prove anything because obviously there were only two people there, but I recently set my eyes on the original crime photos that were recently released, and one thing I can confirm is this was definitely an act that was committed with passion and too much rage, and I believe that can only come from the person who was directly affected by what Dee did.
Dee Blanchard crime scene photos. I keep seeing a ton of videos about how Gypsy Rose Blanchard's mother's crime scene photos were leaked, and oh my gosh, we can't believe it, it's so terrible. Yeah, and guys, these photos have been out for years. Someone probably just reposted them and it went viral. But like, why are you guys so surprised? Did you think that Dee was politely unalived? Like, I'm just confused. The woman was stabbed over 17 times and almost decapitated. Her death was undoubtedly brutal.
So Gypsy has managed to manipulate Nick, just like she manipulated him all along to tell everyone that she was in the bathroom. But now Nick is so mad that she got released and he did not, and now he wants to expose everything and tell the truth that they did it together, and that is why Gypsy has been trying so hard to get in contact with him to manipulate him, because she knows that she can influence him. There already has been created different social media platforms under the name NPG Cornerstone Nation that will slowly be exposing some of these secrets to the public in order to show what really happened, and Gypsy Rose doesn't want any of that to get public, hence trying to manipulate him from prison, because if he confesses against her, it is straight to prison for her. Other than this, it is also said that one of her aunts, one of the sisters of her mother, is planning a very explosive lawsuit against her because of defamation against their family. In her Lifetime documentary, Gypsy Rose said that her grandfather essayed her and her mother, something however Diddy's sisters say never happened and that Diddy never talked about it. Gypsy said that when I was living with my grandpa and grandmother, things changed in my life forever. I was being essayed. My grandpa would take me out of my wheelchair and bring me into a closet or a shack that was back behind their house, where he would do woodworking and he would perform sexual acts on me. He would make me touch him, he would touch me. She then said in an interview with People that when she told her mother, she also told her that he did it to her as well. She said in the interview that I fully told her everything that happened, and she proceeded to let me know that he had done the same to her when she was a child. It was hard for us to both come to grips with the fact that we had both been abused by the same person, and I think it makes me wonder what other kinds of forms of abuse she suffered that I did not know.
And then he got interviewed and I heard about his reaction, and I'm like, how could you? Like, not only are you saying that you didn't, but you're saying that I'm the one as a child at 4
years old.
I'm the one that was trying to do things.
You don't even know what that is at 4 years old.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to get into graphic details, but it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And it left me with a lot of insecurities.
According to Diddy's family, none of that ever happened, and the grandfather denied the claims as well, and now they're getting ready to sue her. Speaking of family, Gypsy Rose is also reported to be getting involved in a lot of family fights lately, where this week the family was at their home, where she's staying with her father and his wife, and the neighbors have spilled the tea that there are always fights in the house, and a lot of screams. So basically, unwinding this up, Gypsy Rose is in trouble, and it remains to be seen where it ends, whether Nick will expose her and she goes to prison again, or if she will be able to sleep in the hands of the law. Otherwise, people have reacted to what has been happening, and one said that she cannot be tried for second degree due to double jeopardy, but with new evidence she can be charged with first degree. Most of what falls out of her mouth are lies. Thank you all for watching my videos. Let me know what you think about this, and definitely subscribe to keep updated on all the hot tea.